Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Johanna and welcome to my cozy book space. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my June and July book haul. I have quite a large stack. I thought June was small, so I thought to combine July with June. But July, I bought a lot of books. And I received a lot of my special edition like subscription boxes in June. A lot of half-price trips, which I haven't even taken the prices off of. And I wanted to before I filmed this, but it's going to be too much work. So I'm going to leave the prices on there and you'll just see all of the half-price books that I bought in the month of June and July. But anyways, let's get into it. First one from the nearest stack next to me is Beautiful Hearts Duet by Emma Scott. This is definitely an emotional read. I believe it's a love triangle. This is the Eternal Embers Disability Red book box. This is one of the books that was in there and it's just absolutely beautiful. Then there's Oaths in Submission by Sav R. Miller. This is actually the third book in this series. I've only read the first book, haven't read the second book, don't own the second book, but I know the series is on Kindle Unlimited. Then I ended up picking up Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. I see Christina Lauren and I instantly get. Then I saw Partners in Crime by Alicia Ray. This cover, honestly, I was sold. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Another one of the books that was in the Eternal Embers Disability Rep box was Real by Kennedy Ryan. This is a special edition. It is absolutely gorgeous. I have yet to read anything by Kennedy Ryan, but I will someday. I just know I will. And then third book that was in there was Wildest Dreams by Gianna Darling. This is the special edition, Dark Dreams Duet. Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. This was one of my most favorite special editions that I own. The only reason I got the Disability Rep box was because Gianna Darling was gonna be in it, honestly, and then I saw that Kennedy Ryan was gonna be in it and I was just like, I'm sold, so I had to have it. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love the foiling with the pink. It's kind of like rose gold. So good. It's so beautiful. I love. Then I ended up getting Sea of Ruin. This was actually a special edition that Mystic Box did before I was on their subscription. This is something that I bought on Mercari for probably way too much. Well, I know for way too much because now I actually pay for the subscription and this was a lot more than what the subscription cost. But I had to get my hands on this. I read this and I loved it and I wanted to own it. I have it and I absolutely love it. The sprayed edges and everything. Then I ended up buying King of Iron Hearts by Gianna Darling. This is a collection of King's poems. I've actually read this on Kindle. This was the only book that I hadn't owned yet from Gianna Darling, so I decided to pick it up. Now I'm gonna show these all together. I ended up caving in and buying these hardcover editions of the Fallen MC series by Gianna Darling. No regrets. I do end up showing these, I believe, in a reading vlog, which if I can find which vlog it was specifically, I will link it up in the cards for you guys because I go into each one of these books. I show the end papers, I showed the art, chapter heading things, all of it. I just show you guys in that reading vlog, but I'm gonna try and hold these all up at the same time. These also have all of the women on the front. We have Cressida, we have Lou, we have Charlie Rose, right? I think so. This is Cressida again. We have Lila. I believe it's Lila. This is my favorite one and I swear I forget the character names every single time. Yeah, Lila. Makes no sense that I always forget. And then we have Bia from the last book. Love these so much. I'm so happy to own them. More special editions and hardcovers coming right up, okay? I ended up finding The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker at half price. I wasn't going to be purchasing this, but since I found it on half price and I ended up buying it, but I don't know when I'm gonna read this. It takes place in Alaska. It's giving small town vibes. It's grumpy sunshine, extra on the grump, but I heard that it's not spicy, but I also heard people say books are not spicy and they do have spice in them. It's just not explicit. For example, like Abby Jimenez, I heard that she didn't have spice, but when I've read Part of Your World and Part of Your World and Yours Truly, they do have spice in them. There's scenes in there. It's not totally explicit, doesn't go into heavy detail, but you know what's going on. So maybe this is like that. I don't know, but I picked it up. Then I also ended up picking up To Carve a Fey Heart by, I can't see the author's name, by by Tessanja Odette. I'm so sorry, I probably butchered that, but it is a fae fantasy romance. Then I have here my special editions of the Cat and Mouse duet by Mystic Box. We have Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline. I think these are gorgeous. Love them so much with my entire heart. I love the silver foiling, the edges, the back with the house and the quote, and then the sprayed edges with the roses. Stunning. There is Hunting Adeline. Beautiful. Love it. The edges, they get me. Then I ended up receiving one of my dark and quirky boxes. We have Hold Me Today by Maria Lewis. Love the like galaxy sprayed edges. We have Wrath by Ellis James. This is a chunker. Like, this is crazy. It's not my favorite cover, to be honest, but I think it's really cool. The sprayed edges are cool too. Then my favorite from the box was 3 Count by Nikki Castle. I have yet to read, but I love the camera with the red foiling. Yeah, stunning. Lastly, it was Ledge by Stacey McEwan. Stacey McEwan. Totally saying that wrong, but this is the book 1 of the Glacian trilogy. I love all of the blue foiling. Really stuck it out with the blue. Then I ended up buying All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. This, I believe, must be like the UK edition, because I know All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata is no longer being sold, at least the indie version, because it did get a new cover, because it did get picked up by a publisher, and I really wanted the old cover, but when I ordered it on Amazon, it was available. But I do believe that this must be like the UK, or it must be like, I honestly, I don't really know, because this is so much shorter than all of my other Mariana Zapata indie versions, and it is headline eternal, so I have no idea. Do with that what you will. You can still get this cover, it just won't match all of the other sizes of the Mariana Zapata ones. Then, because this series got picked up by a publisher, the covers were going to change, and we were no longer going to have the beautiful hard covers. I did end up picking up the Crown of Nyaxia series. We have The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I believe that's book 2. And I also ended up picking up The Serpent and the Wings of Night, the hardcovers. I also did purchase the paperback of this series. I just didn't take them down from my shelves to show you because it was going to be repetitive, but I did buy the paperbacks as well. I also ended up picking up Six Scorched Roses, the hardcover and the paperback, and I will show you why. The paperbacks are just the OG covers, but the hardcovers, they look like this. And I have yet to read this series, but I have a feeling that I will love it, and I would have been really sad if I couldn't get my hands on these editions, especially because the hardcovers are so beautiful. So let me show you the other one. This is what this one looks like. And I'm not sure if the publisher editions will have like anything on the hardcovers. The covers are basically the same except the snake is green. And then this hardcover as well for the Six Scorched Roses. I really need to get her other books as well before they get picked up. I mean, who knows if they will ever get picked up, but I know that her hardcovers for the, what is it, the Daughter of No World series? I'm not sure what it's really called, but I'm pretty sure the hardcovers have designs on them as well. Moving on, I ended up finding To Love Jason Thorne by Ella Mays. I ended up picking up Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and I really want to get to it. I've heard Stephanie Garber has some amazing, beautiful writing, and it is a fantasy romance, so I'm super excited. I know the 3rd book comes out sometime in October, I believe, so I need to get on that. Then I ended up picking up Too Wild to Tame by Tessa Bailey. I just picked this up from my Target. I ended up getting The Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. I specifically picked this one up because I wanted to do a dark academia reading vlog. That still might be in the works, not sure. Don't hold me to it. I did also end up buying Reckless, the People cover by Elsie Silver, because these are no longer going to be made and I needed to complete my collection. We'll be doing that for Hopeless as well. I ended up picking up Scythe by Neil Schusterman. I've heard the synopsis, not the synopsis really, but I've heard the basis of this story, kind of like the plot and kind of like the magic system, or like it gives very like apocalyptic worlds. I'm probably like totally lying, but like I know what I'm talking about. Basically, they have mastered immortality, but they also have to control the population, something like that. And I think that concept is so cool. So I really wanted to get into the series, so I ended up buying the first book. Then at half price, I found the Dumont Diaries, an erotic romance by Alessandra Torre. Honestly, I've never heard of Alessandra Torre, but I looked this up on Kindle Unlimited, and I'm not sure if I was able to find it, and it did sound very interesting. I know this has like parts in it, and I'm not sure if, yeah, I think there's like 3 like novellas type thing. Candace Taper's life finally takes an upward swing when Nathan Dumont, shipping heir and notorious playboy, sweeps her away to a lifestyle of wealth and privilege. But that life comes with strings, and she is soon pulled in directions she never expected, discovering secrets and ulterior motives in the man who shares her bed. Billionaire romance, rags to riches, sounds good to me. Then I also found Hollywood Dirt by Alessandra Torre. This one sounded really interesting as well. I know this is on KU, I think, or you can find it on Amazon, something like that. It says, Cole Maston, abandoned by his wife, Hollywood's perfect husband, is now Hollywood's sexiest bachelor, partying hard and screwing even harder. Move over, Colin Farrell. There's a new bad boy ruling Los Angeles. Who the fuck is Colin Farrell? Like, we're supposed to know that? Our small town wasn't ready for Hollywood, especially not me, Summer Jenkins, a small town girl stuck in Quincy, Georgia. I cooked some mean chicken and dumplings, can bluff a grown man out of his savings in poker, and was voted most friendly my senior year. Other than that, I don't have too much going on. We were from different worlds. Our lives shouldn't have collided, but when they did, let's just say that opposites shouldn't always attract. So this is like a rags to riches, possibly as well. The hero is famous and the girl is from small town. Very interesting. I ended up finding Until It Fades by K.A. Tucker. Single mother, 24-year-old truck stop waitress has simple goals: to give her 5-year-old daughter a happy life and to never again be the talk of the town in Boston, Pennsylvania. And then one foggy night on a lonely road back from another failed date, Catherine saves a man's life. It isn't until after the police have arrived that Catherine realizes exactly who she has rescued: Brett Madden, a hockey icon and media darling. Sold. I ended up buying The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. After I read Part of Your World and Yours Truly, I started buying Abby Jimenez once more, just because I do want to read her backlist. I found Rock Bottom Girl by Lucy Score. I ended up buying Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. This was a book club pick. I purchased it and didn't read it, but I really do want to. I've heard nothing but amazing things. It has to do with dragons and it is a fantasy romance. Then I found Furious Rush by S.C. Steffens. It says too fast, too furious, and way too hot to handle. Mackenzie Cox has a lot to prove. Daughter of a racing legend, she's eager to show the world that she has inherited her father's talent in the male-dominated sport of professional motorcycle racing. I think I read that. The heroine being a motorcycle racer? Yes. The last thing Kenzie needs is to be antagonized by her rival team's newest rider, Hayden Hayes. Rivals? You guys, so good, I'm telling you. You guys, the way that I have to put all of these back. Last book that was in that Eternal Embers Disability Rep box was Not My Type by Evie Mitchell. This is really cute, very pretty. Not my vibe though. This is currently on my Pango just because it's not my favorite. I don't love it, to be honest, and I have a different special edition for this book that I love even more, and I don't need 2 copies of this book. It is also novella length, and you guys know how I feel about that, so there's that. I did end up buying the hardcover edition of Crescent City House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. Why? Just because I thought I should. I really wanted it, so I bought it because, you know, the hardcover is really pretty. The end papers are also pretty. The fact that this is actually like the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition covers now, that's crazy to me. I have a feeling that I'm going to love this series, this latest series by Sarah J. Maas, and I knew that I was gonna want hardcover eventually, so I just ended up buying it. Speaking of Sarah J. Maas, I ended up finding the OG covers of the Throne of Glass series at half price. They were all literally $6. $6 or $7. This one's $5, $6, $6. They were super cheap. These are no longer being made, so I bit the bullet and I bought all of them. These are not in order. I don't think they're in order. Also, they didn't have the Assassin's Blade, which is the collection of novellas, and they didn't have Queen of Shadows. That one I ended up having to purchase separately, but I did find a copy of it, so now my collection is complete. But I don't remember when I got Queen of Shadows, so it's not in this stack, which I probably should have just put it in this stack. But anyways, besides the point. Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, this is the last book, Kingdom of Ash, Tower of Dawn, Empire of Storms. Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms, I'm pretty sure this is the two books that you can like tandem read. When I read Throne of Glass, should I read it tandem or should I just read them in order? Let me know. But then last one, Air of Fire. So I ended up buying them again because they are no longer being made and I wasn't gonna waste the opportunity to own these. We're almost done, you guys. We have 3 stacks left. I picked up Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino. Second Chance Romance. I've been really wanting second chance romances because I read a couple of them and I ate them up. This one's a second chance, I'm pretty sure. Is this stack just getting higher? Yeah. Then I found Georgie All Along by Kate Claiborne. I found Pretend You're Mine by Lucy Score. I ended up purchasing Gothicana by Runix. This is the OG cover. I picked it up because I believe this book got picked up by a publisher. So it's coming out with a new cover. I don't know how much different the new cover is going to be, but I know that they're coming out with a hardcover and it's gonna have like purple sprayed edges. If you didn't know, now you know, but I really wanted the OG cover. I do really love it. Then I ended up buying Ricochet by Krista and Becca Ritchie. When I find these at half price, the new covers, I buy them just like I did with Addicted, which is the first book, but I have yet to read this. Then I ended up buying Love Light Farms by BK Borison. I will definitely be reading this in December because I didn't last year in December and I waited literally a whole year so I could read this. Then I have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I believe this is her most recent release and I need to get to this. Do you see this cover? This man? Yes, I need to get to it. Then I found this trilogy. I don't think that these are in, oh wait. Oh my God, it does tell you, wow. I'm so dumb. But I did find this trilogy by Dominique Wolfe. This is the More Than series. So the first book is More Than Once. The second book is More Than This. They're just stunning covers. Like I love them. And then More Than Us. Do I have any idea what these are about? No. I believe she goes on vacation. She meets a man, but like how do they make it work because he's from a different country and she gotta go back home? But I also think that these covers are no longer being sold. I believe these are the indie editions, or maybe she is rewriting this trilogy, something like that. Not sure, but that's what I remember. I found 2 Carla Sorensens at half price. The Bombshell Effect. I hate that they're shiny. And I also found Focused. I found So Not Meant to Be by Megan Quinn. I bought this because I was going to see her at a book signing. Didn't get to it. That's why it doesn't have the half price sticker on it because I took it off because I took it to the signing. Didn't get to see her, but I do love the first book in the series. I do need to continue it. I found the collector's edition of Red, White, and Royal Blue and I ended up getting it. It's a little dirty, but I'm pretty sure I can just clean that off. I just haven't. But yeah, this is the collector's edition and it's absolutely stunning. When I read this book, I gave it 5 stars and I do own the paperback. It's just gorgeous and it was like a discounted price, so I got it because I was gonna get it anyways. I just hadn't had the right push to get it, but I still need to watch the TV shows, you guys. I know I'm so behind. Then I found On the Way to You by Candy Steiner at half price as well. Took the sticker off because I did see Candy at a book signing and had her sign it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to love this and I love this cover, giving fall vibes, giving road trip. Then these next 2 I also bought for book signings. I did buy Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. This is the alternate cover in the hardback edition and she did sign it, which I love. This is a treasured book. I love this book. I also bought Knotted by Pam Godwin in the hardcover edition and I did have her sign it as well. It says, For Johanna, Ride a Bad Cowboy, Pam Godwin. Ugh, I loved her so much. I really loved meeting her and this is one of my all-time favorite trilogies. I'm just gonna do these 2 series because let's talk about it. So Sophi Lark got picked up by a publisher for her Brutal Birthright series as well as her spin-off of the Children series. I can't remember what that series is called. But because they got picked up by publishers, I don't think that the men covers are going to be made again. I think there might still be stock. I'm not sure. But when I found that out, I impulsively bought both series because I do love the men covers. Some more than others, but I wanted to have them just in case I wanted them after I finished the series. I have read 2 of the Brutal Birthright series, and I've read 0 of the other series, but I will show you guys. These are not in order because of the way that I had to grab them. They're no longer in order, but we have Brutal Prince. I had to have this one. Like, look at that man. Yes. Heavy Crown. I believe this is the last one. Broken Vow. I know that was like a bodyguard romance. Bloody Heart. I heard this is a surprise or like hidden pregnancy. Then there's Stolen Heir. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling one. Kidnapping. I did read that one. I really liked it. Then I have Savage Lover, which is the one that I'm currently on. I read like 10%, haven't gone back. Probably will restart it, but I needed to have this cover. Like, look at this man on this cover. It's a yes for me. Then I don't think these are in order either. We have the Rebel, we have the Heir, we have the Savage. Like, Sophie Lark knows how to do her men. Like, the Spy, and the Bully. And I just love like the neon of it all, you know? I also ended up getting After the Fall, the men cover by Jenna Darling. I did order the Fallen MC series, like the entirety of it, for the Book Bonanza signing, except this one. I totally forgot about this one. I don't know what happened, but this is the only one that I was missing from the book signing, and I ordered it instantly when I got home. So this is the only one that I own from her that's not signed, which is very unfortunate, but you know what? I will be seeing her next year, hopefully. So there's that. I did also get the alternative cover of Reckless because these are no longer being made either. So get them while you can. I also ended up grabbing The Trouble with Hating You by Sanjani Patel. So sorry if I butchered that. Hate to Love. Sold, honestly. Then I ended up purchasing the entirety of the Magnolia Parks Universe series, but these are the UK editions. We have Magnolia Parks. It is shiny in the UK edition, and they are quite large, like compared to my head. We have Daisy Hates. I love these like indie covers. And then Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home, as well as Great Undoing, Daisy Hates. This is the book that gave me the most trouble. I did have all 3 of the indie versions, of the US indie versions, but I couldn't find this book to save my life, and it's selling on Mercari for ridiculous amounts of money. And I got these from the UK, and they all have the indie covers. They're just larger. I believe the 4th and possibly the final book, but maybe not, is gonna be in the UK indie version. Like, there's gonna be an option for that. So I decided to sell my US indie versions because it was going to always be incomplete, and I would rather just have the entirety of the series in the UK version. So that's what happened with that. Then I got a couple more special editions. This was from the Last Chapter book box times Tanya. Baby Gal read it. This is The Architect by Nikki Sloan. Gorgeous, stunning, the red. I love. This is my favorite book in the series so far. I just love that this was chosen, and now I have a special edition of it, as well as Ache by Marley Valentine was in that box as well. I know this is gonna be angsty, which is why I haven't picked it up, but What Was Meant to Be by QB Tyler was also part of that box. Gorgeous. I have yet to read that one by QB Tyler, but I heard it's a lot of people's favorite. There was a 3rd book in here, The Quarterback Sneak by Candy Steiner. That one is also on my Pango books if you guys would like it. I will leave my Pango books down below in the description box just because I did do a lot of book unhauls. I do think that cover is cute. It's not my favorite, so I decided not to keep it because I have other ones. It just, not my vibe, but it's still cute and it might be for you. And I do love that book. That book is 5 stars, but you know. Then I got Too Hot to Handle by Tessa Bailey. I'm trying to complete my backlist, and I found this one at half price, so obviously I had to get it. Oh my god, last stack, you guys. Last couple of books and then we're done. I did end up finding The Billionaire by Marnie Mann. This is actually a cover-to-cover book box times Fit Teacher Rachel exclusive edition. I didn't even know that Fit Teacher Rachel had a book box with cover-to-cover, but I do think this is pretty. Simple, minimal, but pretty. And I have yet to read anything by Marnie Mann, but it is digitally signed, and I couldn't pass it up. Then I ended up finding the Bloom edition of The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. Then I have Twice in a Blue Moon by Christina Lauren. I've actually never heard anybody talk about this book specifically, but I do want to read all of Christina Lauren's backlist. And then now for the last 3 books that I ended up picking up in June and July, these are all by Hannah Bonam Young. These are all, I believe no, this isn't her entire backlist, but these are 3 books that I wanted to read by her. These 3, I believe, got picked up by a publisher as well, so I really wanted to get the indie versions before they go out of print because I do love the indie versions. And we already got to see one of the new covers on her IG, so be sure to check that out. I know that Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonam Young is her most recent release, and this cover isn't changing, but I think like sizing and formatting might change, but I still wanted to get this because I've heard nothing but amazing things and I love this cover. It's so beautiful, and I love the spine as well. It just goes so well with the rest of Hannah Bonam Young's books spines. I have yet to read this. It is a fave amongst a lot of people, and it is a surprise pregnancy, but I have heard that it's done beautifully. It has a ton of disability rep, and I just know that it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And then with that being said, I also ended up getting Next to You by Hannah Bonam Young. This is a Friends to Lovers, I believe, and this is a fave as well. The spine with the little envelope is so cute. And then last book, it is Next of Kin by Hannah Bonam Young. The spine is also beautiful on this one with the little bird. I did want to show you guys the spines and how pretty they are and like all the muted like earthy tones. Oh my god, gorgeous. Anyways, you guys, I am dreading putting all these books back, not gonna lie. I probably will do that tomorrow because I don't know if I'm gonna do that tonight because I need to edit this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys would like to let me know that you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and leave a book stack emoji down below in the comments. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.